Yeah, I appreciate everybody's time staying with us. Thank you, Ariel, for staying with us.
Of course.
This one's going to be a fun fireside chat. Jay, take it away and let me
We'll
know
try
if
to do this one in time, Kevin. In time.
ask away, everybody. We
Get
have a
off
super
my fire
cover.
chat, please. No, I
Bye,
appreciate it.
Kev.
You guys really got into it, and the other one, it killed me. I was like, no, Ariel, really, thank you so much for your time. I know, it's a lot to have you on, and I really appreciate you jumping on, and everyone who's listening, super stoked just to have you. So exciting times.
It's been really exciting. That panel was amazing.
That was fantastic. That was fantastic. I want to get into a little bit of the health stuff with you more on a personal level, like what you do as a player.
Okay.
Just before we do that, I'd love for you to introduce yourself. I'll tell you the truth. I know you as an Apex player.
Okay.
Whereas I know everybody knows you as a WNBA player, champion, and your basketball career is a fantastic one. I really respect you for that.
Thank you.
But as a gamer, honestly, I've watched your streams. I've seen you play Valorant as well.
Cool.
You're a very good shooter. And so we'll get into I'd love to just introduce yourself a little bit about your basketball career. And
I'm happy that you say you know me as a gamer, because I'm definitely trying to broaden my brand in esports.
Oh yeah.
For those of you that do not know me, I'm Ariel Powers. I play for the Washington Mystics. We won the championship last year. I've been gaming for all of my life. And I mean all of my life. Back in the Nintendo 64 days, where you blow the cart and you put it in the system. Like, I've been gaming all my life, and then gaming has just progressed and gotten better and better every year. And I've grown with it. And I started streaming on Twitch last year. Towards the end of the playoffs, I was gaming on Twitch, so that was fun. And as you said, I play Apex, Call of Duty, 2K, a little bit of Valorant. Valorant was my first PC game, so I have to get better with that. But that's a little bit about me.
That's awesome, and your Twitch game is very strong. Your stream game. So, Kevin, if you could just add her Twitch stream on the chat so that people can check it out and add her on, because you're really fun to watch, and I love your personality.
Thank you.
I was gonna ask. All right, so you're obviously you love shooting games, and as a basketball player, I'm sure the NBA 2K is something that you play a lot. What are the kind of the differences that you see between those two kinds of games, and do you feel one more than the other?
What's crazy? I love my shooter games. And I know as an athlete, people usually associate, because I'm, a WNBA player, 2K is going to be my go-to. It's one of my favorite games, but I love Apex as well. Like, I play both of them, I think, equally. The differences between the two games, Apex is a little bit.
Did you start with NBA? Is that a myth that everybody in the NBA plays 2K?
Yes, it is a myth. It's a myth. I have girls in WNBA that don't play 2K. I know a lot of NBA guys that like 2K, but they rather play like Call of Duty. So yeah, it definitely is a myth. I love some 2K though, and 2K has their league. I'm into that. I watch that all the time. But for me, it's just being a gamer is more about, for me, bringing everyone together. When I was overseas, I would call my dad, my uncle, my brother, hey, what time are you guys going to be free to play? And that was a way for me to connect with them from so far away. And I've just, I've brought that into my Twitch stream. My mom now watches my Twitch stream.
Oh, definitely.
And it's just a way to bring everyone together. So gaming is a big part of my life. And now with the pandemic, I feel like it's a lot of, it's becoming a lot of people's second nature,
For sure. And obviously it allows you to connect with friends, family.
Exactly.
How has it helped you engage with your fans? So obviously I know that a lot of people watch you in the actual game.
Yeah.
Have a lot of people jumped over from like your traditional platforms, your Instagrams, your Facebooks onto your Twitch just to connect there and game with you?
Yes, it's funny. I do this thing where I play with my viewers too, and they like that. So I have a lot of fans, from the WNBA. And right now, for example, we're not having a season so far. We're still trying to get that under wraps. But they're not seeing any of us, right? So when I go from Instagram to, hey, follow me on Twitch, I'll be streaming at this time, they come and connect. 2 days ago, I had a stream, and I didn't even know what was going on in my chat. It was so much chatter. They were talking about the future WNBA teams, trades. They were just yeah. It was just a life. The chat was a life of itself. So it's been great as far as connecting with my fans, staying connected, and just it's become like a family. Honestly. Honestly.
Definitely.
So it's been amazing to have that connection with them. And sometimes I said I started my Twitch, towards the end of playoffs. I would stream sometimes after our games or the next day, where my viewers and people that were at the game
get off.
are like
are
talking amongst themselves and saying, "Hey, we're ready for the next one." So it's been a great way to connect.
That's awesome. I was going to ask you, is there any funny stories where a fan jumps on your stream and just goes crazy? Because that's a beautiful experience.
Not yet. I do allow my fans to play with me like 2K, and I allow junk talking. Like if you're talking crap and you're saying you're gonna beat me, that's fine. I love a little bit of like competitiveness in my chat. So nothing crazy yet.
I'm sure you're gonna run into a few, especially on the NBA. But what's going on in the I'd say the season right now? I know you guys have cut off half the season and kind of moving on to bringing things back. Where are you guys on that right now? And how's gaming helped you at least take your mind off of things?
Oh, it's helped me a lot. I go into it's this virtual world, right? That I go into where I'm not thinking about my problems. I'm not thinking about yesterday. I'm just there with the game, and that's another reason why I have a love for it, because I'm just glued in, just like I would be if I'm playing a game. In between those lines, I'm not thinking about anything else but the game. But right now, with our season, we're trying to figure out enough time to give us to prepare for the season, right? You talk about warming up and getting ready. We have to prepare our bodies for a season. So we're figuring all of that out, but I think we're going to have one, and I'm excited about it. The men have already figured it out. They should start playing soon, and then we should be shortly after.
I hope so. I hope everything gets back to normal soon.
Thank you.
I'd love to jump into, obviously, you're an athlete, you're also a gamer. We talked a little bit, obviously, with previous panel about the health and how to keep yourself in shape. What are some of the things that you find similar psychologically and physically, actually, to get yourself prepared for a game? I would say both in physical game, like a basketball game, and an actual an Apex, let's say.
So for me, I talked about earlier in the panel, warming up. I've been in an Apex tournament. I've been in the Call of Duty tournament. You don't go into any game just ready to take the ball and shoot, right? You get a few warm-up shots. You jog.
You got to prepare.
You prepare. The same way I would prepare for a game or prepare for my tournaments or before stream. I get on my my game. I play a few games, maybe an hour before I start streaming, just so it doesn't look so sloppy, right? You don't want to get on stream and look awful. Psychologically, I just
get your intensity levels.
Psychologically, more for tournaments. I turn that in. For streaming, it's a little bit more fun. But when I'm in a tournament that's way more competitive, when I'm gaming, I'm thinking about other ways to be a better teammate or for my team to be better. So I think it's important when it comes down to gaming and traditional sports and in esports.
And I know we talked about so many things in the previous panel about the I'd say the 2020 some of the things that you do to get yourself prepared. What are some of the things you do personally that are similar within a game and a video game?
The 2020 is great. For those of you that weren't in the panel before, it's every 20 minutes. look 20 feet for 20 seconds and it refocuses your eyes. And I think it's important, especially as a streamer. You might stream for 3 or 4 hours and never look up from the stream. And that's not a good thing. For me, as well, I talked about the hype train. That's important. When I get the hype train, and my viewers love the hype train. It can go from 5 minutes, it can go 20. I'll jump on my bike that I have. I'll do planks, I'll do sit-ups, and they love it. They love it. They send emotes. They tell me what exercise they want me to do. So as an athlete and as an sports athlete,
I think it's as important, right?
Yeah,
it's as important to stay physically active and to kind of get your mind off of things and to practice, because it really affects. It's the same kind of, your hand-eye coordination. Everything's very similar on that, in that aspect. So you gotta,
because I have parents, like I've done a few panels, and parents are all into video games, and why is my child sitting there? And you look at statistics now, and it's a lot of child obesity now because they're gaming too much. I think it's important to make sure you get up and get out and get active. You can still game, but make sure you take care of your body as well.
I agree, and I think the educational part of that is huge. We need a lot more of that. I know Melita's doing some great things in that space, and we all are. So we'll keep at it. And I know that the powers movement's been doing a lot there as well. So we'll get into that in a bit.
Okay.
I love, and I think what I really wanted to talk about on this panel is girl gamers.
Yep.
I think girl gamers are, a huge upcoming, I wouldn't say upcoming, but there's a, big thing around girl gamers these days, that they're getting a lot more, I would say, attention than they used to.
Yes.
But still not enough. So I know that you do a lot of things in that space, and you always trying to push women in the right areas. What are some of the things you're doing with the powers movement for girl gamers?
The powers movement is really focused on, a lot of these brands, and you look at gaming and you think that it's male dominated, right? It's shown, the perspective is that it's male dominated, but a lot of us females are gamers as well. We're here and we're here to stay. We make up almost 50%, about 46% of gamers are females. And you don't know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't ever realize that. But for me and the powers movement, it's about showing those companies and those brands, those endemic and non-endemic brands, with my capability of being an athlete and an esports athlete. Hey, come over to this side. We are here. We're here to stay, and we play. So I'm working on an activation, actually, geared for only females, and in collaboration with like the 2K game, to show that we play as well.
Awesome.
Because 2K, the 2K League drafted one female the first year. Her name's Shakita, and then the next year didn't draft any. Right. And I talked to some of those females, and I got feedback. Hey, how was it when you were drafted? Or how was it during those, the training? And it was a lot about the guys didn't want, females running the court. So a lot of girls changed their positions. So stuff like that is important, and it needs to be looked at and changed. So that's a big part of the powers movement.
I'd love to touch on the brand side of things, and obviously as an athlete, you're already connected to some brands, but I'd love to, how can we, as not just the powers, but how can all gamers empower more, girls to get into the spotlight, to really get involved? And then, in return, obviously the brands and all of these guys will feel,
included, right?
Yeah.
So, with Healthy Gamer Foundations, it's one of the foundations I'm a brand ambassador for. We look to set camps for female gamers. Also, to inform parents how to get their children in, whether it's male or female gamers. I think that starting there is important. Starting also for me with our younger generations growing up, and I know when I was playing games growing up, it was, it was kind of frowned upon if females were, oh, she's not good. She's not good. Encouraging those generations, because they're going to be the next gamers, you know? So small things like camps that I'm doing, or the activation that I'm doing geared towards women.
And are they girl only camps?
Right
Or are
now
you
they
looking at?
are, but I have more than girl only camps. But since you asked me about the powers movement and what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing with girl gamers, I am doing girl only camps, but
that's
I'm also
fantastic.
doing where they're mixed in, because also, well, I talked about generations, you know,
They should be.
growing, they should be, because now it's not, it's normalized, you know, it's more normal for you to see girls and guys gaming, whereas before all you see is it's male dominated, but it's really not. So just changing that perspective.
Oh, for sure. And on the brand side of
Yeah.
things, have you ever faced, and what are the kind of things that you're facing with brands as a girl, or you know, I'm sure.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was
Sorry.
going to say, I'm sure as an athlete that's kind of helped you in a way with the brands that you're already in touch with. But what would you recommend, I would say, a girl gamer today to get herself into the right brands and to move towards the gaming space, I'd
It
say?
will be more visibility. Something as simple as I just actually
Consistency.
took off my nail polish. Something as simple as that. You're holding a controller. You have, I don't know how many people watching your stream. You a girl might come on and say, "Hey, what nail polish is that? Hey, what makeup are you wearing? Your eyebrows and your blush looks amazing." Something as simple as that can turn brands into coming to the esports space, you know?
I completely agree, for
Yeah.
sure.
So
There are a lot of awesome girl streamers
yeah.
out there that do some great stuff with brands, and I think obviously the Twitches of the world and this, the broadcasters are helping. But you just got to get more confidence, I'd say, to get that out there, to get more programs out there for
Yes.
the girl gamers.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
agree. Yes.
Are there any streamers that you follow, or I'd say maybe even esports teams that are female teams?
Yeah, I follow a
That
few
you-
actually, and I'm actually working with British Esports on their Women in Gaming initiative. I'm talking in talks with 2K about their Women in Gaming initiative. So I'm definitely in the works with trying to push as hard as I can female gamers, for sure.
I think there are a few now, like the Gen Gs of the world,
Uh-huh.
with they've got their Fortnite. But I can see, we're still early days. Definitely see a huge growth in female only teams coming up in different games.
Yeah, and like the car racers, they had to cancel their season because of the pandemic, and now they're looking to get into esports. And I think that is amazing, because some of those girls might have never really got into car racing when it came to virtual. Whereas for me, I play Need for Speed, so I'm definitely getting into more stuff.
That's great. Ariel, how are you seeing this whole thing move? I mean, as far as like the virtual space, the gaming space, I know that you're, becoming more of a gamer every day. And obviously it's, you're a professional. Where are you taking this? I would say, as a gamer, are you looking to play professionally? Would you, be more reluctant to be like a streamer as it is, or do you want to play for a team?
You know what? Playing for a team would be amazing. For me, I wanted to get into the 2K League and play, but the WNBA season and 2K League kind of cross match. So that's hard for me. I also, you talked about knowing me as an Apex player. I love Apex. So if I could get on a team where I could play 2K or Apex, it would be one of those. But so hopefully, any teams watching right now that need a girl gamer on their squad, let me know. But yeah, for sure, I would do that. Right now the WNBA isn't going on. I'm streaming all the time, getting better and better. And then instead of going overseas, I would like to be on the team or would like to stream. I would like to do that because my next career will be esports.
For sure. I think it's a lot more long lasting, isn't
Yes.
it? Have any of the girls from the league asked you about gaming and kind of what's going on there, and have you introduced them to that world as well?
Actually, it's so funny. It's so funny you asked that. Yesterday, one of my teammates, I used to be on Dallas team, and she used to play games but she wasn't big into streaming. Yesterday, she's like, Ariel, I ordered my camera. I'm about to start streaming. And then a few girls in the WBA have actually reached out to me, messaged me, hey, what is this all about? How do I get started? How long have you been doing it? So I'm definitely helping them and pushing them into the direction of streaming and playing video games for sure. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. There's just so much to do, and I know it's fun, and I know that right in the middle of a season, it's crazy how this industry has flown. So it's good to see a lot of people jumping on and really connecting with their audiences, their fans on a virtual space. I think not just the WNBA, but obviously in many of the professional sports recently have just jumped over. So it's good to see. Look, I'd love for you just to give us a little bit more about what you're doing as far as the power surge movement and all of that. I know that you're obviously doing so much for girl gamers out there, and the health in gaming, which we talked about earlier in the earlier session as well. What can you give us an insight on for some of the things that you're doing in 2020 and maybe beyond?
So I'll talk about the 2K activation I'm doing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fans included. It's going to be a few of us WNBA players, a few 2K girls, girls that you would know, and we're all going to be kind of playing against each other. It's going to be qualifying rounds. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge and possibly be on some television too, as well. So it's if you're looking to get into it, it's 14 and up. If you're looking to get into it, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my Twitter. As far as brands and sponsorships, if you're looking to, sponsor and be involved, you can contact my brand management team at info@levelsunlock.com. That's levels with an S, levelsunlock.com. info@levels.com. But it's going to be great. And it's the only event right now that is female based.
When is that taking place?
It'll be soon. We're looking to do it towards the end of this month, but with everything in the pandemic going on, we might have to push it back one more month. But everything is going well. So
awesome. And where should we follow you? Is it on your Instagram? Where can we get more information? Obviously on that.
Well, you can get more. You can follow me on my Instagram. It's just my name, Ariel_Powers23. That's all my socials. That's my Twitter, my Instagram, and then for my Twitch, it's Powers Surge. POWERZSURGE. So.
Awesome. I'm just writing it all in the comment section, guys. If anyone's following, just check it out on the comments.
Did you spell my name right? Everybody spells my name wrong. Did you spell it right?
Howard Surge.
Yeah, no, my first name. You got it right? I'm
AERIAL.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I'm good. I got it. Look, before we close it out, I have a few questions in the comment section that are pretty funny. Someone's asked, which game is more therapeutical? Which game as in as a game? What do you find more therapeutic?
If I'm having a stressful day, I'm not going to lie. If I'm having a stressful day and I just need to relax, I go to Apex.
You're gunning it. You're gunning
Yes,
them.
I'm going to Apex. I have to play Apex. Sometimes 2K, if you get randoms or you're not with the team, that can make me more frustrated because they're not doing the right passes. They're ball hogging. But with Apex, you kind of can do your own thing. So for that question, it's definitely Apex. Come play with me on Twitch.
How long have you been playing Apex?
Since how many seasons? It's I've been with Apex for a few seasons. I don't even know. I can't even remember. I've been with Apex for a while though. Yeah, because I was never good at Fortnite. I couldn't build. I can't build.
Yeah, I have trouble building. Yeah. Believe me, I have trouble, but I'm not good enough at shooting either. So I don't know what to do.
Sounds like you should go to 2K.
That's I have some friends in the thing in the chat box that will say, please don't play 2K. Another funny question. when warming up, do you listen to music as a different playlist?
I do.
Yeah.
I listen to music during my warm up, and actually sometimes during my stream. I'll let the people on my chat, hey, what song do you guys want to hear? So, and then definitely when the hype train gets going. So I don't know if I told your chat, when I do the hype train, I get on the bike and I work out, and I have to play music. So yeah.
Is it similar to kind of the pre-warm up in before a game? Are you listening to the same kind of music?
Yeah, actually. Yeah, I am. I never even thought of that. Yeah, I do.
Awesome. Kevin's asking, how can I play for Team Powers on the Apex thing? So if you're taking in any players, we're looking
what? I
to
do play with my viewers all the time. So Kev, in the chat, go to my Twitch, get the notification when I'm live, and you can play with me for sure.
Let's do that. Kev, link up the Twitch channel again. Ariel, what do you think about like a team? He's coming on.
You guys called me. I had to come. No, I mean, our team would be definitely beneficial to have you on with.
We lost them.
And he's kicked off again. I was going to ask you, what do you think about having your own team, like a powers team? And is that something you've thought about instead of joining one?
It has been something I've thought about, especially when me and you have talked about female gamers. I thought about it when it came to the 2K League. At least having a few girl gamers on my team. If I could get a team, I would think it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah.
I've definitely thought about it. I'll have to look into it. And if you have any advice or information, please tell me.
Would love to. Look, some of the things that we're trying to do is obviously get people that have an audience to transition into and help their people out, right? So you've got a lot of people that follow you and adore you and love you and would love to play for the Powers team for nothing, for just set me on there. I just want to play and train with you. So I think there's tons to do there, and it's such a good way to help the community to do things, to give back to the communities and the gaming community. Let's just close it out. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know we have like 15 more minutes to close it out, but is there anything you want to tell the fans, or is there anything that you want us to be aware of in the next, the coming?
Besides the event and everything that we've talked about, I just want to thank you for having me on. It's been amazing.
Oh,
Both panels were amazing. And I'll make sure I stay in touch with you guys. And if you guys want a game, you let me know.
Okay. For sure. I think we should. We should get it on a. We should get on a.
Yeah,
Twitch.
no, I wanted to come on and send my love and appreciation for your time. Your time is extremely valuable to us and to everybody. There's a lot of fans and people that were asking questions like playlist and a couple WNBA questions that have nothing to do with gaming, but some fun stuff that everybody just wants to know. But really, really appreciate you and your time. Thank you so much for doing so much for the industry. What gets me up in the morning for the industry is being able to connect, because I don't like rough competition. We all need competition. I love it. But I don't like competition in an industry where we're just doing all good and growth and such education like today's session. So keep doing what you're doing, and we're gonna see more of Ariel down the line in gaming. Look out for her. We're gonna post your stuff, and if you guys please keep in touch. Much love.
Keep your eyes out for the next Twitch. I'm getting on Apex with Ariel very soon.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Or a proper butcher. I gotta tell you that. I'm no match.
Stay safe. Take care of yourself. I know the season's starting soon again, so that's good news. Take care of yourself.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye. Take it easy.
That was awesome. Right. Jay, awesome.
Yeah,
really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. We have about 20 minutes left. We're just going to wrap it up. We're not going to take the whole 20 minutes, but just say some stuff like, what'd you think about everything going on?
I love that. I think your panel, the first one was super informative, and we really should get them back on for a more detailed look at some of the things that you can do to, get off your seat once in a while. And it's so easy to get caught up these days, especially the gamers that we work with, can be on for 18, 20 hours. They don't even realize. And then, that takes a toll. So loved what Dr. Kizzer was saying, and some of the things there are just they're mind blowing, really.
I mean, I didn't know that the 5-hour thing. So Closer, we manage John Closer Selleck here in the League of Legends LCS. He's one of our best players, and he's a fantastic human, but he just works nonstop. This guy, he is the future Kobe Bryant of League of Legends. Because if I can't see anybody working more. But I'm kind of a bit worried, Jay, that he's doing a 3-hour stream. He has a 5-hour break. They're actually doing haircuts today for their photo shoot. And then they go into practice from 1 to 7. That's 10 hours of screen time. And then another 3 hours with flashing lights of camera. Like, that's one day. That's one day. Imagine, oh my goodness, 10 years of this. And then 10 more years of coaching. Good Lord.
And you know what? I think it's, a lot of people don't know what goes into being a professional. The hours that you put in just to practice, just to stream, just to get your game going. I mean, Closer doesn't just become Closer in, just by playing an hour. You have to really be on top of it. And, everyone that asks, are these really athletes? Yes, of course they are. They need people to get them aware of, their health, their mental health as well. It's super important. Otherwise, you won't get to where you want to, or you'll just fade out within a year. It's crazy.
There's athletes, e-gamers right now. They're not even 5 years into their career, and they're sub 25 years old, and they're having major problems competing because it's not just carpal tunnel and backaches. Those are just going to straight destroy you. It's actually the mental boom. I've heard from many athletes I just can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? I just can't play 12 hours a day. And if I don't play 12 hours a day, then I'm not going to keep up with my fellow competitor. And then some teams in Korea, that's why you don't see American or European players playing in China and Korea, because the rigors are so they're the trials and tribulations every day.
What are some of the differences?
Yeah.
Please enlighten
Let's just look at John, right? So John plays for an American team that's owned by the Golden State Warriors, the Golden Guardians, right? He plays for the Golden Guardians in the LCS. And he works, like I said, 6 hours practice, 3 hours streaming, and he'll do a photo shoot and things like that. Today, he'll be on the computer 10 hours. That same person in the LPL in China or Korea, they're practicing 10 hours, and then they have to figure out, do I want my streaming bonus? I have to go stream for 3 hours. Do I have to figure out how to even walk or breathe? So 14 hours gone with sleeping, you're left with 2 hours.
I'd love for us to do a panel with, players from different teams and in different regions specifically to see what the difference is in training. Is culturally, right?
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, we have so many upcoming good panels. No one panel is specific to anything. Today is specific to health and wellness. Next week is completely different. For those on with us still, or check this out on the rebroadcast, this is not a health and wellness panel. We were fortunate enough to have health and wellness experts and many more to come on with us in the future. Next week, we have the creator, the actual owner creator of the first Atari 26 games of Pong, Mr. Nolan Bushnell.
And Chuck E. Cheese.
And then later he sold that and went on to build Chuck E. Cheese for the American friends here. You know who a Chuck E. Cheese is. So, thank you for your time, everybody. Jay, anything else you want to add?
I think, yeah, just touch on Ariel's, Ariel's segment there. She's a superstar, and it's so crazy to see someone, you could ask, could you be a professional sports star, and just being a star in two essentially, it's crazy to be a star in her own right as well in the gaming space. So it was awesome talking to her about that.
I can't
Really
imagine having to like John, like closer again, the players, like if he had to go play basketball and be just as good as basketball and gaming.
Nuts.
That's like a two-sport athlete. That's like Bo Jackson when he played baseball and football, I believe it was.
Or Michael
Jordan when he switched over to baseball. Like that's insane. Let's not forget that it's two different muscles. Let's not forget that these are two different mental thought processes, and this guy was able to play it. Ariel is able to play, like, it's insane. Like when I play Fortnite against these little kids in the building, if she's able to be good in Apex, it's very fast. You need to communication. You need to be on it. It's incredible.
Again, like if any of you guys are still on, please go and check out her Twitch account and check out some of the things that she's doing, especially in like shooting games. You will be mind blown. She is, on another level. A great player.
Yeah, and she again, like how you can become a professional world champion. She lifted the trophy last year in the WNBA, and then to be doing this in gaming, which like if your finger, she showed us her problem and all that, like amazing. Just want to touch up, finalize it. Just technology, the vision stuff is going to be amazing. I think what that's about to come is it's kind of like 3D printing. It's still not there yet, right? Like give it a few years for the Google Glass to come back, and then we're on to something like Apple's doing.
I was going to say we didn't even get to touch on, much on the like AR, VR application of the medical space, which is something that I know Dr. Kizer has a lot to say about, and maybe we can get him on again about, because that's going to change the game completely. In a sense of like how you practice, how you heal, how you take care of yourself.
It's
the things that you can do in AR, VR are just going to change. They're going to
think about it. Our grandpas wanted the first surgeries in eye correction surgery, corrective eye surgery. And that was peeling back the retina or a piece of the eye. I'm just going to totally butcher this, but it's peeling back a layer of it and installing a lens. It was a glass lens, literally glass. And then they would sew it back up, right? That was the first version. We've all heard of it. So, and then it became LASIK eye surgery, right? They would just zap it. And sometimes now I've heard in 15 minutes, you just go zap, zap. If you're not like a crazy case, you can get 20/20 vision in about 15 minutes. And nowadays, just like Invisalign, with the teeth, they're doing that with lenses. So my girlfriend, she has these lenses where she wears at nighttime. All night she wears them, and then in the morning she has 20/20 vision till night. Like there's an allotted amount of time for her 20/20 vision. That's insane. So what is the next step, right? It's going to be a zap, but like 20/20 vision, but like also infrared. Also like, being able to see peripherals, maybe a wide angle. Imagine the possibilities for someone like Ariel.
Or like more than a zap.
More than a zap. I mean, whatever. Go ahead and peel it back again for in that case. Like either way, if I'm going to get certain robotic features, like let's go Iron Man,
Oh yeah.
Like, I think that's amazing. So look, if we're all done here, we appreciate you guys. We're going to repost this. We're going to repost all the information for how to get involved with Ariel's work. Any support is support. It doesn't take a donation. It doesn't take your time. We're all busy people. We're all living through a crazy time. Sometimes all it takes is an email and a tweet just to show your support. I've had so much support in this panel right here that I extremely appreciate all my friends and family across the world, in esports and business that supported us. This is just the first session, and we're going to have a great 9 more coming up. If there's anything you need from us, reach out to us to get the information for our speakers. We're more than happy to involve you guys listening today and share this with your friends and family. And thank you. Thank you for your time.
I was going to say, if anyone wants to talk as well, we're more than happy to listen up and get you guys on any panels if you have anything interesting to say.
Yeah, we're just looking to educate in a time of lack of education in a physical way. We want to bring as much knowledge as we can from as many industry professionals. So Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you, Hatem. Thank you, Davud. Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much, everybody, for your notes and your questions. And let us know if you want to get involved in any which way. Next week, like I said, we have Nolan Bushnell. Look him up. Nolan Bushnell. This is a human that was rated top 50 men that changed America by Newsweek magazine. Like this guy,
the Godfather.
Yeah,
he's literally the Godfather of video games.
If we're here in video games now and we're able to do these latency things and play across the world, and professional guys are getting paid millions of dollars to play games, it all started because of Nolan. It all started because Nolan and his friends got into that garage, and this is a true story. Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs would stop by and they would talk about how to do different things. They were too busy with Apple and he was too busy with Atari. This is a true story. This is how fortunes and history is made. So definitely check it out. Thank you so much, Jay, for your time and energy as well.